and welcome to Chalk Talk. I'm Melody Bonnet. We'd like to begin our show with a special acknowledgement to our parish's 3 Teachers of the Year. Kelli Bounds, a first grade teacher from Florida Avenue, Rena Oynes, who teaches 5th grade at Lake Harbor Middle School, and Donna Johnson, who teaches gifted and honors math at Northshore High. A special congratulations to Rena Oynes, who was also selected as a regional finalist, an honor given to only 24 teachers in the state.
It's nice because Kelli makes sure that all of her kids are valued. Each child in here always feels so special.
So you had 8 counters and 8 of them were?
They all go home with that knowing that she cared about them today and that she made their day somehow.
I think from the very first time that I started working with her, I realized she was a good teacher. And I found out now she's really a great teacher.
And a work math.
She really works hard. She comes back and stays here till 5:30 and 6 o'clock lots of nights because she wants everything just right for the kids.
I've never seen anybody that can work so hard and still have so much energy and keep going afterwards.
I do a lot of partner work and group work in first grade. You and Jimmy can find a quiet place. I strategically plan my groups so that learning can take place. And today they did a math activity with counters, using counters and writing subtraction sentences to match the counters on their work mats. And I just feel like being able to work with a partner, sometimes the children can actually get a concept across maybe even easier than I can. Then what's the reverse of that?
If you notice the activity we did today,
4
it's not just paper and
plus.
pencil. The kids get really involved in whatever she does. For the kids that really need that extra help, she's the perfect person.
What part of our fish philosophy do I need you to remember right now? Raise your hand if you can tell me, Josh. When we do group work and we do partner work, that's when we really factor in that fish philosophy, and we use it to kind of give us a roundabout way of working with our groups and working with our partner and how we should treat each other during partner work. So I think the kids really enjoy it. I think they benefit from it, and I love to incorporate that into my teaching.
As a 2nd grade teacher, I get a few of Kelli's students every year, and it's so nice because I know that they come with a strong background, that being in Kelli's room, they not only have the basics, but they know how to go above and beyond. And she teaches them how to put more effort into everything and to work towards what they want and to give them that lifelong learning that they enjoy so much.
I think teachers like Ms. Bounds are the reason that I enjoy my job. I feel like I'm an important part of the team that helps the children. And sometimes paraprofessionals don't have that feeling. She's the kind of person that makes me look forward to every Thursday when I come to school. And I've been doing this for 27 years. So it's really nice just to look forward to your days.
Raise your hand if you remember yesterday in math. I hear quite often when I tell people that I'm a first grade teacher, they say, oh, well, you've got it easy then. I mean, they're little babies. And they're right, they are little babies, which is one of the reasons that makes the job so difficult. Boys and girls, give me a big The GLEs and the expectations, benchmarks that have been set for first grade have increased amazingly. And the things that these children are expected to do by the time they leave the first grade year, it can be really overwhelming. To see them progress to being able to read a story and retell it, that's the rewards that I find teaching first grade. Well, you know, first grade was not my first choice. When I went to job fair, I was actually interested in 2nd or 3rd grade. And when I interviewed with the Mrs. Mott, she said, I have a first grade opening. Do you want to take it? And so I said, sure. And I will tell you the truth, I was scared to death to teach first grade. This is actually my 9th year of teaching first grade. I just really think I have a knack for it. And I've learned to know how to approach the children and the kind of language that I need to speak so that they are able to follow directions and stay on task.
Tell me, what part of this makes it?
I think I was kind of put into first grade, but I think that as a first grade teacher, I do well.
I enjoy teaching because it's exciting every day. The children, they're changeable and they get so excited about lessons that you teach. And to me, that really is exciting to see them get motivated and excited about issues and things that we're discussing that day.
The show makes learning a lot of fun, and she does all these webs with us to make us understand things better. In math, she tries different things out called investigations.
She does like all these different things to make us understand it better. I like when she does reading writing workshop with us.
The writer's workshop, I started at a Woodlake. What happened is I actually started before I started teaching. I'd go in and sub, and sometimes there would be a loss, so I said, okay, I'll just give them a story starter, and they would take off. All of a sudden one day, I'm finding myself saying, stop that writing right now. We got to stop and put that away. And I thought, oh, what are you doing? You know, you're telling children to stop writing when that's what they should be doing. And so I refocused and I started Writer's Workshop. I had a lot of encouragement from the teachers at Woodlake, and they said, stick with it for 2 weeks. You'll have some highs, you'll have some lows, but if it's really meant, if that's your thing, you're going to go forward. It did go forward, and it went forward in a big way, because I could see the progress from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And the kids got so excited because they could write on topics they enjoyed, just like writers do. They could choose whatever genre they wanted, and they could take off with it. I learn a lot when kids write. I learn a lot about where they live and where they came from and interests that they have. So it's been an exciting thing for me.
You think that's a yes and no question?
Lake Harbor is a fantastic school. I think that we have the cream of the crop as far as teachers. They all help each other and encourage each other to do their very best. And if we have any particular area that we may be weak in, that we always have a teacher we can go to get help. We have lead teachers here. And so I would go to the lead teacher and I would say, I'm having a problem in this area. Can you help me? And that teacher, because that's her passion, will tell you exactly what you need to do step by step. And that's so beneficial because I had not done investigations before. And so, you know, I have someone I can tap into and who's been there before and can help me along. We want to do what's best for kids. And so if we train other teachers, like if I have a strength in language arts, if I train somebody else, then that affects their students. What we do today will affect a child's tomorrows. So if the teachers can all work together in unity as a whole, it's going to be a very positive effect, and that will affect the children in a positive way because we want to affect them positively and not negatively.
I love kids. I love working with kids. I loved school as a student, absolutely adored school. And I want to see kids feel that way about school and feel that way about learning.
13, 14, 15, 16.
All right, let's look at number 1.
I was flabbergasted when they told me I was Northshore's Teacher of the Year. I think of other teachers as being good teachers. I think of me as striving to be a good teacher. I see all my faults, and I see the things that other teachers do that I wish I could do. When Mike Peterson came to my door and told me I'd been selected as Parish Teacher of the Year, you could have knocked me over with a feather. I just said, there's got to be a mistake. There's too many good teachers here. And I still don't consider myself to be in their ranks. This is a wonderful parish, and there are so many outstanding teachers. And I try to learn from them on a daily basis.
All right, do I have all of this week's problem sets?
Problem sets are a set of 10 problems, standardized test type problems that we give the kids every week. I started this about 3 years ago. I found that when it got time for the GEE, the ACT, Iowa, whatever standardized test happened to be coming down the road, we would do a day or two of intense practice. And I felt like it did some good, but literally, we were teaching the test. You know, we were trying to cram in as much information as we could cram in for that particular weekend or that particular test that was coming up. I thought there's got to be a better way to do this.
So let's solve it.
I talked to a couple other people at other schools that had had some real success with doing problem sets of just giving the kids a random set, 10 problems every week. I think it's the best thing I do, and a lot of the other teachers have adopted the same thing.
It's been wonderful for everyone. They are very challenging, and that really helps to prepare them.
She's just so easy to come up to and ask questions. Just find it amazing that she's able to put everything into words that we can understand it in, because a lot of these concepts are so difficult to understand. We each learn in different manners, and she's able to change the information to help us all to understand it.
Okay, so if they're alternate, then they're congruent.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Math is usually such a dull subject, but she just makes it interesting for all of us.
So you need to say that it's congruent. Very good. They have got to be engaged the whole time. This is not the Donna Johnson show. This is a classroom. And they have got to be doing it with me, or when they get home and try to do it themselves, they aren't going to have a clue. So it is constant, them working along with me and me prompting them and then encouraging them in their questions. I feel like we are all lifelong learners. That is my biggest thing. As I said, I'm continually learning in my teaching and life. I read all the time. I can't go to bed till I've seen the news at least once that day. And I'm trying to instill in the kids the sense that we are all continually learning. We have to exercise our minds. And if we stay stagnant, that's not going to happen. And learning is a privilege. These kids are so blessed to have sharp minds that they can learn a multitude of things, and they need to take advantage of that.
Students at Bonne Ecole Elementary School celebrated GIS Day as part of National Geographic Society's exciting new initiative, Geography Action. These students had the opportunity to take a closer look at their community and learn about their heritage, technology, computers, the internet, and GIS, Geography Information Systems, enable the students to preserve some local sites by virtually mapping the past.
Write it down. 32.
GIS Day was started about 6 years ago, and it has become a nationwide phenomenon, and there are schools all over the country that are celebrating GIS Day.
We're going to be dealing with historic markers and historic placers, and the students are going to actually be researching and finding information about these locations that are in our area in St. Tammany.
Yeah, GPS is one element of GIS. It's one input, and basically what we're using is computerized maps to find locations and to help students understand geography.
GPS means Global Positioning System. It relates to the satellites that are in orbit around the Earth that transmit the signals to the handheld GPS unit.
We've been studying different things with geography the past couple of weeks. We studied latitude and longitude as far as just our global address on the Earth.
GIS Day stands for Geographical Information System. It basically is used to pinpoint a certain destination, such as if you want to find out where you are or where someone else is in case they're lost baby, you would be able to find them.
Well, what we do is we teach the students on this new technology how to use GPS units as an example so that they can find things. We actually hide things, say, in the schoolyard and use GPS to find those points.
There's different locations out on the school campus, and there's boxes with information from each of the historic sites that we've been studying. And the students are going out in groups of 3. We've got a photographer, we have a navigator who is using the GPS, and we have a journalist. They're going in groups and collecting information from the cache boxes, and inside the boxes there are also some artifacts that are interesting and part of that site.
The journalists will write them down in their book, and you will have to find 4 boxes. In each box, they will take a picture of them. We will glue them in the journalists and give them to our teacher.
And the cache hunt, I know, has been very exciting for all of them. They're enjoying just the hands-on and being able to see and feel and touch the tangible things that we have in the boxes, as well as learn the information. We focused on Fort Pike, and the point of this is that we want to encourage legislators in our community to do all that we can to preserve Fort Pike and other historical sites in our community as well.
Within the lessons, the students will also be sharing and doing different projects such as creating flyers, having debates, finding out information as to why we need to preserve these historic markers and places.
And today we're doing an academic choice project where they brainstormed a list of projects they could do. And some kids, you can see over here, they're doing cartoons, some are doing PowerPoint, some are doing commercials, puppet shows, flyers, signs, I mean, you name it, and they thought of a way to show what they had learned about Fort Pike.
I am making a PowerPoint about Fort Pike. I'm putting where it is, why it should be preserved, why it is important, links to the research that I found, pictures.
Well, we was just making a commercial about Fort Pike and making scripts and making puppets so we can tell people about how Fort Pike and why it should be preserved.
I'm going to put why I should preserve Fort Pike, 3 facts about Fort Pike, and details about Fort Pike, a picture in my title.
Oh yes, they want to preserve Fort Pike. They're doing all that they can, and they're making very compelling arguments to their congressman.
We looked at some historical places in Slidell. The train station does not actually have an historical marker at this time, but it has been restored and retooled into something other than a train station. And so since it does not have a historical marker, we thought that that would be a good project since it recently went under renovation.
They went on and found the longitude and latitude. We went on to the GIS website and found from our longitude and latitude coordinates their global coordinates, and then we put it on the marker in their website. So now we're located on there, and we're the first to do it.
The students will be finding the information about these historic places and markers so that they can map them on the Quest with GIS site for others to find and locate.
Their theme is, why do we preserve? So our deal was, what are the different topics to preserving, threats? Who can help us? What are the organizations there? Is it national, local, state? And that's what the children were doing. They were figuring out what part did they have to play in preserving, and this could play out at any place in the world. It doesn't have to be just here local. It could be done in China. It could be done in Montana. We could do it in Switzerland. And the hope is we're going to go on site to see what other children around the world are doing today at the same time.
Today, my group was Learning Center 6, and I did what makes a place historic.
We have 6 learning centers set up, and each center has a different part of the puzzle. One of them is on why we preserve, another one is on who preserves, another one is on other places that have been preserved and why they were preserved.
I found out that places aren't historic not only by people who have lived there, but also it could have been like the environment around that area.
I did a web map on inspiration of all the threats to our heritage.
So each one would have a piece of the threats, why we preserve, how we preserve, what organizations are there, what makes it historic.
Then in activity 2, we're going to have a board set up, and we have 4 people sitting on the board, and each group will present their argument as to why we should preserve the train station in Slidell as a historical landmark.
They were able to take their instructions, they were able to work within their groups, deciding what they needed to do, break it down, work with it, use the internet to do their research base, then be able to put it into PowerPoint presentations, use inspiration to do their thinking, to get their higher level thinking going. They were able to map out their thoughts.
The board will make a decision today. They're going to decide whether it's worth it to preserve the train station.
And also, I was part of the council, and I was one of the ones that asked the questions and decided we will keep the train station.
Everyone said yes. No one disagreed. It was a really easy decision to make. We had a lot of history and memories here. The train station helped us remember how Slidell became a city.
It's people's history, and if you want to find out what happened in the past, you can go back and look at the buildings and remember those memories.
It's important to save Fort Pike because
We can learn about our heritage and learn about the past, and also if you tear it down, then that's like tearing a piece of our memory down.
Well, it's a burgeoning new field, and we feel that students really should be exposed to this technology because it's something they'll be using in the future in their classrooms.
Whenever you use technology in any type of lessons, it enhances the lessons.
Technology, we integrate that every week, and it's a neat way to get the kids' interest and to kind of show what they learn in a way other than paper and pencil. And it prepares them for their future jobs and to make them more ready for the job force.
It's fun to work on the computers because it's not just pencil and paper. You get to explore and learn new things on the computer.
They've really enjoyed the project, the Quest with GIS project. They've gotten to do a lot of neat stuff with the laptop. Some of them, this is their first time actually using a laptop. We integrate technology all the time, but laptops are something kind of new for us, and we're really working to get those into our schools.
Oh, technology is essential. First of all, we're working with computers, digital cameras, and the GPS, and without that, we of course couldn't do the cash hunt. And with the technological boom that's going on, it's necessary for the kids to have knowledge of computer skills.
Well, we're just trying to make geography fun. That's the whole point, is to be able to use technology, expose children to technology, and have them experience it as a fun and exciting and adventurous new technology.
High school students from across the parish had the opportunity to meet college and business representatives from all over the country at College and Career Fair Night. Hundreds of students and parents arrived ready to explore possible school and career options after high school.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
This is an opportunity for high school students, but sophomores, juniors, and seniors to meet with representatives from colleges, universities, 2-year, 4-year, the technical colleges in our area. This is a one-time-a-year event in the fall. This year we have about 100 representatives with us. We're real excited. This is about 25 more schools than we had last year.
Primarily with the college fairs, you'll have a great number of people coming out. You're going to have students trying to get a lot of information. This is an opportunity for us to get the name out there of LSU.
I think that giving the students an opportunity to see all of the universities that are present and interested in their education and helping them to pursue an education and better themselves is a wonderful opportunity.
So we do aggressively target this area, and we work with all the schools through the college fairs, the private visits, different other things we do throughout the year to pull the students in.
But having students that are at the college fair gives them an opportunity to get to know schools that they might not have heard of previously.
The kids that are here tonight are getting one-on-one information. They can get their specific questions answered. Meet with representatives, learn about new places, expand your horizons, and give you options.
Plan on going somewhere engineering. I'm finding out they're able to tell me how their engineering departments, how they fare over other colleges, and learn some pretty valuable information about colleges I might want to go to.
This is the first real college night or anything we've attended, so sure, I mean, we can get online and explore online, but this seems to be a lot better than that. Definitely a lot better than traveling all around.
Well, our counselor came to all of our English classes and advised us to come and get a feel of all the different colleges, get information on every college, even if we're not planning to go there, get an idea of how each college is.
According to Amanda, her parents are doing a good job supporting her as she makes the big decision about college.
They're helping, but they're leaving the decision up to me.
Students from Brock Elementary have been cashing in on some of the skills learned in the classroom. A new school banking program is proving to be an opportunity for students to use their math skills in a practical way while learning how to manage their very own bank accounts. They call it the Beaver Branch Bank. Since its opening in October, it is the latest establishment to hit the halls of Brock Elementary. The Beaver Branch Bank is the result of a partnership between Parish National Bank and Brock Elementary. It is a partnership that has turned the classroom into the cash room. Fifth grade students assume the roles of bank employees, and according to bank teller Alexis Allen, opening day ran quite smoothly.
They came and got their deposits and they gave it to me. I had to stamp them and I took their bank account number, and then I had to take their money and give them a prize or something and tell them thank you for coming to the Beaver Branch Bank.
How much are you going to deposit today?
Fourth grade teacher Sherelle Jefferson created this partnership between the bank and the school.
She brought this idea to me in January and told me this is something that she wanted to do. And from that idea, she went to Parish National Bank and talked with representatives from there.
What we're trying to instill in the kids is the importance of savings and how it will help them later on in life. So we want them to build a relationship with the community and the services that are provided in the community. And banks, of course, are a very important institution in our community.
A $2 minimum is required by each student that wants to open an account. That's an amount that most fifth graders can afford without having to break the bank.
But we've had some to deposit $2, $3, $4, $5, even one to deposit $20 today. So that's really good.
Another benefit to the students is the absence of bank fees. Also, the accounts will gain interest for the students, which Sherelle Jefferson hopes will encourage more students to participate in the program.
Over time, they'll see, hey, I only put in this amount, but I have this amount. So that will hopefully inspire them to continue to save in their adult life.
From talking with some of the students, some of the lessons are already being learned.
I could save it to go to college, and it follows me everywhere I go.
Bayou Woods Elementary has a new wireless mobile laptop program to further integrate technology throughout their curriculum. Teacher collaboration and support, cooperative learning among the students, and a project-based curriculum are all the keys to the success of this innovative approach to technology integration.
Use your magic finger, and there you go. Watch, you got the little message. Perfect, perfect.
The technology team actually consists of 3 people. We have our technology facilitator, Sharon Slavinsky, who's a teacher on staff, and a Title I paraprofessional, Shirley Bergeron, and of course the classroom teacher.
Our mobile lab consists of a mobile cart. Inside we have laptop computers. They're all wireless. And we have a laser printer on top.
From the teacher cart, we have the AberKey and a laptop that Sharon uses to teach from. And we hook that up to the teacher's television in her classroom. So each student can see what they're going to do as a whole class and work on it from their computer as that. So it's a watch and learn and do.
We actually do 3rd grade and kindergarten on one week, and then we do 2nd grade and 1st grade on another.
All the programs that we use, the software that we purchase is friendly. So when we go in, we don't want anything that's going to be difficult that the teacher herself is not going to want to continue to use. We want the teachers to be comfortable with everything that we show them, that they can go in and design something for their class to do as a whole. So no one should be intimidated by it at all.
Everybody, let's power up.
When the mobile lab comes in and the children are ready to work with the laptops, each individual, they are spending an hour with the laptop. The kids are very attentive to what they're doing. They're very good at listening. I think they pay much more attention to Sharon when she's in the room than they do with me, because my kids are social. She allows them to be social too, but it's to a point. And they're allowed to talk when they're using the laptops, and they're allowed to, work with each other. They all work very well together, and I'm seeing a lot more patience with each other too while she's in there.
As soon as we walk in the door, they are so excited that we are in their classroom. They're curious about everything. We're on an internet site, and they're arrow changes to a hand, they want to know why that's happening. They want to know what buttons will take them to different sites.
They want to print one page.
They want to do
Look
it
at the circle that says
right.
page.
They love working on the computers.
And say print.
In class today, we were getting ready to do reports on animals, and Sharon and Shirley worked with me beforehand, and we talked about what we were going to do, and we decided that it would be a good thing for them to be able to go online and go research.
We started off with a Word document table that Sharon had made for the students to work on. She had put in some hyperlinks down at the bottom, which took them to the Hooligans animal site, and from there they were going to further research animals.
We did guided practice first, where we had them look at the keyboard and find the new keys and discuss how it was going to happen. And then they actually did the independent practice when we turned on the laptops and they were able to do it.
They were taught how to toggle back from their web page that they were on to their Word document. When they got back to their Word document, then they were typing in information that they had printed up about their animal from their site.
After the kids have done their research on the web, we'll go to the library and we'll find some books and do further research with that and continue on and create a report out of it.
What is the printed copy that we're bringing to you called? Who said that? Say it again. A hard copy. I try and use actual terms that they're going to hear in the adult world. Instead of saying just push the little silver button, we tell them to power up the computer. When we were going to go in between the two pages, we told them they were going to toggle between the two pages. We try and teach them the things that they're going to hear if they're using electronics in their world.
It's good for the kids to be in their own classroom they're more comfortable there. It's easier for me to get around because I know where everything is and everything's available to me. So if there's something that I need, I don't have to run somewhere to go find it. Having them come to us is a nice time saver. It's very efficient. And after they leave, we still have the software to use on our classroom computer, so we still can carry on and do further projects with the software that she brings us. And you've seen that in the hallways.
When we did Louisiana, from kindergarten to third grade, we had States of Louisiana that were the kids' own designs hanging in the halls. That's a really proud moment. So teachers were using the software after we left, so we knew we were successful.
The teachers are learning to use the technology. They are integrating in their classroom. They are following up after Shirley and Sharon leave the classrooms with more projects.
To our parents, we would tell them that it's a way that their child can actively use the technology that we have available in the school. The child is learning the software in their classroom. It's giving them an opportunity to integrate it in with the other activities that they're going to do in their classroom, their other lessons. It's a way of working as a team. That's the biggest success of this program. We know what the grade level expectations are. When we tie our lessons in, we tie it into things that they're going to be using. And so when we leave, not only have we offered them some assistance in meeting those goals, we've told them what goals we've met. Is everybody there? All right.
LEAP testing for grades 4 and 8 is March 14th through March 18th. Channel 13 is offering a variety of LEAP enrichment programs such as math and language arts lessons. The broadcasting schedule for this and other shows is at our school board website at www.stpsb.org. Follow the link to Channel 13. Thanks for watching this edition of Chalk Talk. We leave you with the sights and sounds of the students of Folsom Elementary School.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you. It's easy. All you need is love. all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
Nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. Easy.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love.
Yeah.
All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.